So, I think we need to talk. Hello, everyone. I am Eltari, the professional gamer, and I feel like a massive weight has been lifted off of my chest. My chains have been broken. I am finally free to talk about Pax Dei. Mainframe gave me an opportunity a while ago to get into the alpha for Pax Dei, and for a while now I have felt really bad because I feel like I've been lying to all of you in these videos, and not lying in a bad way or a malicious way, but just not telling you everything that I wanted to tell you. And now, finally, I can. And I am so very excited to do so. But because of the fact that I feel bad that I haven't been able to share, that I've kind of been lying to all of you, and I want to make that up, I happen to be having a giveaway that I will give more instructions for at the end of this video, so don't go anywhere. We have some information that you are going to want to hear about how you can be the recipient of one of 15 alpha keys that are going to be given away. Make sure you stay till the end of the video to get all of that information. And for any of you who are interested in getting more Pax Dei content, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video if it's the type of content that you enjoy, and as always, share this video with any of your friends who are interested in learning more about Pax Dei. I'm surprised that not too many people have actually found out where I've been, what I've been doing, but either way, I have 5 things that I want to share with all of you that I have learned in the 350 plus hours that I have been given the privilege to spend testing Pax Dei. And this list isn't some comprehensive list. It is a video that is sponsored by Mainframe, but that being said, this is all genuine feedback that I have of the game, a lot of honest opinions here, and I wanted to share all of that with all of you. So let's go ahead and get to this list. The first thing that I learned when I started testing Pax Dei is that it's actually in alpha. And what I mean by that is a lot of games nowadays, they have alphas where it's mostly a complete game and they're really just trying to market it to you. And if there's a bug here or there, then they have the excuse of it's an alpha, but it's a lot more well-polished game than what actual alphas are for games. This alpha is an actual alpha, and that's a good thing. And it is actually kind of hilarious, some of the bugs that I have encountered. Either way, the alpha is actually an alpha, believe it or not. And Mainframe is bringing all of us in to test the game so that they can get the feedback they need to make the best product that they can for all of us. There have been numerous bug reports that have been submitted to them, but the thing that has impressed me so much so far is because Mainframe is so responsive with their bugs. And that might not always be the case, and there are going to be a lot more players in the alpha now, but at least up until this point, their response to bugs, while there have been quite a few on and off, has been phenomenal. And it is really cool to see a dev team that cares so much about their game and they want it to be something that all of us as players can enjoy. The next observation that I had was how fun building is in Pax Dei. And when I say it's fun, I mean it is incredible how much detail we are able to get in game with the limited tiles that we have to build with already. There are so many different props that exist in game. There are so many different tiles that exist in game. And we're only at the very beginning stages of getting all of these art assets to start building with. And the immense level of detail that players are able to get to with just the tiles that we have right now is just staggering. And we actually have a video series that is currently ongoing right now that you'll be able to see the first episode of in the very near future, called Creators of the Creation, where we go around the entire world of Pax Dei looking for creators that have interesting stories and more interesting builds to interview them and have them give us a tour of their work. And we have the first 2 episodes of that coming out very, very soon. So you'll be wanting to keep your eye out for that. The immense level of detail that this game has for building is also the primary reason why we're all here in this current alpha. The Home Valley Alpha is intended for us to go and test building features primarily. We are supposed to go find community, find friends, and start building and crafting. And that's actually what leads me to the third observation that I had from this alpha, which is crafting is actually really fun, but it takes time. And you'll understand this if you are able to get into the alpha, but crafting in Pax Dei is something that takes time for you to do. You will spend a lot of time going, collecting resources, and then processing them at the various workstations. I know specifically that for a piece of armor that I have crafted, it took me approximately 18 hours of work in order to get that piece of gear. While magic and combat systems aren't really in their final or even initial stages of completeness, that these pieces of gear that you can craft still do have some benefits to crafting. And it is truly rewarding when you know that you've spent a really long amount of time to make something, and it makes it feel more valuable to you. And in addition to that, it also kind of gives us a perspective of when you see someone walking by in full plate mail, you know that that person either knows someone who is able to craft that at an insane level of quality and spent a lot of time to do so, or they have a lot of money to just be walking around in that type of gear. So that component is actually a really cool component for Pax Dei, and I really do hope that the devs, while they are going to obviously tweak the game a bit, that they don't change how long it takes for crafting to occur. And part of this does happen to be with one of the terms that they've thrown around before, which is appointment gameplay, where you as a player will go around and do some of this stuff and kind of set it and forget it, and then come back, and once your team is all ready to go for a dungeon later in the day, you actually go get all of your stuff you've prepared and are ready to go. That is the kind of gameplay that actually allows for players to feel reward when they have gear, because that gear is something that not everyone is going to want to spend the time to get or to craft or to get enough money to buy that thing that was crafted by someone else. So all in all, crafting is actually a really cool system, even though it does take a long time to occur. On this channel, we are going to have a couple of guides for crafting, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that. The next observation that I have for Pax Dei is exploration. Exploration is just an incredible thing in Pax Dei. We have 4 time-lapse videos of us going across all of the different maps, and it is insane how beautiful this game is. I will find myself just walking around, and there will be a giant smile on my face as I see God rays coming through a forest canopy. And it is just always getting better and always surprising me the level of detail that Mainframe was able to cram into Pax Dei. The view distances are super vast. You can see across the map, and where you see, guess what? You can go to most of the time, unless it's a giant crevice or something like that, or a huge cliffside, you're going to be able to go there. And that level of exploration and the amount of time that it takes to get from one point to another point makes the world not only feel large, but actually makes it large. And the travel times are a component that we as players are going to have to consider when we're placing our plots, when we're meeting up with friends, or when we're starting wars with other groups of players. And exploration, as it stands right now, is the third thing that Mainframe really wants us to focus on in this alpha. There's a lot of stuff to explore. We have points of interest like dungeons, but you can already see where all of the different pieces of lore and the things for us to discover that aren't really just handheld given to us are going to be in these places. There are giant monasteries that are broken and all ruined, and you can see that there might be something there for you to uncover later. There are Sethian strongholds where you can see all of these black knights walking around, and eventually maybe you'll be able to break into one of those and uncover some secret text that leads you to a dungeon. Speaking of dungeons, those are in-game and they are incredibly vast, and it is worth going to explore them, even though the PvE dynamics for those aren't there yet. And that actually leads me to our fifth and final observation: combat. And it's that combat is actually very promising at this point. And where I'm going with that is, we know that the combat system is the thing that the developers are actively working on. It is not something that was a focus for this alpha build. And they are constantly working on improving combat, but we already know that things like dodging or blocking, which are probably eventually going to be in the game, aren't in this current build. The AI mechanics on mobs are a little rudimentary at best, but we can already see kind of the glimmer of what the combat system is going to become, and it's something that does truly excite me. I have gone and explored a lot of dungeons, a lot of points of interests, and killed a lot of boars in my time, but it is still something that is exciting to me even now, because I know that while there are still only 8 spells in the game, there are still really not much use for skills in the game yet, and the actual combat tactics don't really exist right now, that all of those things are kind of in a position where I can see where they'll fit in the future, and that's something that really excites me. So while combat isn't necessarily something that is very fleshed out in this alpha, I can already see where the potential awesomeness is going to be. And given all of the previous 4 observations that I have from this alpha, I have good faith that Mainframe is going to be able to deliver. And speaking of delivering, Mainframe has sponsored this video. They have given us 15 alpha keys to give away for this current ongoing Home Valley alpha test. In order to participate in this contest, it's totally free. All you have to do is go and join the Professional Gamer Discord, where the link is down below in the description, and I believe also up here as well. And once you join the Professional Gamer Discord, all you have to do is go to our contest tab and make sure you react that you want to participate in the contest. In about 3 days from the posting of this video, we plan on finalizing the contest and drawing our winners. So if you were fortunate enough to be able to get access to the game and you also happen to win one of these keys, you will be able to give one of them to your friends or your family or anyone else that's looking for a key that might not have been able to get one. Hopefully this contest and these 15 keys will help you get in so that you can experience the awesome game that is Pax Dei. There is still a lot more for this game to become, and the future is looking bright, but I hope that you all enjoyed hearing my observations on the current alpha, and if you are interested in more Pax Dei content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like if this video is the type of content you enjoy, and share with any of your friends who are interested in Pax Dei. Until next time, I'm Altari, the Professional Gamer.